Hello, ladies and gentlemen. For our first podcast of the year, I am Angel, and we are doing BWO Back Talk. I'm here joined by Lucas.
Hello.
So today, for the BWO Back Talk podcast, we will be reviewing some of the latest wrestling that has happened this week and what is going to happen this week. So let's get right into it. We'll start by reviewing Clash of Champions. I'll start with the pre-show that everyone knew was gonna be on the pre-show. Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Lucha House Party, the tag team championships.
For as pointless of a match as it is, and always will be, it wasn't that bad.
That was fine.
Yeah, because they're all good wrestlers.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're good wrestlers. There was just no story behind it. It was like, oh, well, Lucha House Parties are literally their only tag team right now besides them. That's together. Like, of course, you would have the Usos and you would have the New Day, but they're all hurt. Right. So it was fine. Now moving on to what was almost match of the night, what I thought was going to be match of the night, one of my favorite matches of quarantine, Sami Zayn versus Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles.
That match was very good. I'm actually really surprised that Sami Zayn won.
I was too. But for anything, that whole match put Sami Zayn over as a heel.
Right, obviously he's been a heel for, sort of heel.
Yeah.
For the past couple of years, like with his runs with Kevin Owens or whatever back then. But he has never really been like a dominant, like a prominent heel on the roster.
Well, exactly. They didn't use him as where he should be. Like every time he played the heel, he would lose to Shane, he would lose to Daniel Bryan, then he kept losing, and I was like, well, then what's the point of when you turn someone heel? The whole point is that it's supposed to be new, it's supposed to be different, so they're supposed to win. Mm-hmm. And they kept jobbing him. So I'm glad now if he's at least going to be heel. He got over himself as a heel by, handcuffing Jeff Hardy's ear to a ladder, which, by the way, scared me so much when he had the ladder clipped his ear and then tried walking to the ring. I was like, if he drops that ladder, his whole ear is just going to rip off his face.
Yeah.
That's going to be a much bigger problem than I was like, just
Foley part two.
Yeah, well, exactly, right? And then obviously Hardy literally took the worst bumps of this match.
Right, that's what Hardy does now.
Exactly.
Pretty much always just take the crazy stuff and do the crazy stuff. That's all he's really good at.
Exactly. Like when he tried, when Sammy was pushing the ladder over and he's starting to climb down the ladder, and then the whole ladder tips over. It goes all over the top rope, and then the ladder hits Jeff Hardy in the face. I was like, Jesus. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're glad that spot didn't go much worse than it did. Mm-hmm. No, but fantastic match. Finally, the Intercontinental Championship is getting the matches that it deserves. It's no longer just a mid-card belt now. It actually looks like that this is back to what we all know the Intercontinental Championship is, which is good wrestling, but on the mid-card, which is fine.
Back in the days like Jericho and
Exactly. Now I'm hoping that AJ, Hardy, or both of them move up to the World Heavyweight picture and go fight Roman. So that's
nice.
Either of them, honestly.
Plus with Hardy, because while he's good, he's getting up there in years now.
Well, yeah, it'll be unrealistic for him to win.
Right, and Roman isn't really the kind of guy to do all that crazy stuff.
Well, that's
what he normally does.
I think that would have to be your storyline. Would be like Jeff is the Mankind and Roman's the Rock, and the Rock just beats down on Mankind. Sometimes Mankind can make him do those crazy things, which makes the match devolve into that. And then you have Asuka versus Zelina Vega.
On the topic of pointless matches.
Well, here's what I look at it as. This was the perfect match because, God, they didn't go over 10 minutes. It was 7 minutes. It got Zelina over. It made everyone go, oh, she can wrestle. That's all you needed that match to be.
We already knew she could wrestle from back in NXT.
I didn't see her. Obviously, she could do a Hurricane Rana off the apron, and she could do all the cool moves and stuff. But in this match, it looked like she could legitimately work. And there's no reason for someone who was literally just a manager to beat Asuka or to even come close to beating Asuka. That doesn't make any sense. That just doesn't work in my eyes. But yeah, 7 minutes long. She attacked her in the end. That was perfectly done.